Wax on, wax off. Don't forget to breathe. Very important.
Well, most of us remember this scene from the famous movie Karate Kid. Daniel is the target of bullies, and he wants to learn karate to defend himself.
But you know, bullying experts say it's not kicking and punching that helps kids deal with bullying. It's Mr. Miyagi. So how do you beat bullying? This is something every parent and child really needs to hear. KITV's Betty Cross reports adult connections can make the difference between a child who suffers and one who's better able to cope.
You've got to get up every morning.
These lyrics
And people gonna treat you better.
are part of the soundtrack
Yes, you will.
of Leonella's life.
You're beautiful as you feel.
The Austin teen feels beautiful now,
Looking out, they, like judge. Rain.
but she can't help but get emotional
And I had no help.
when she thinks back to middle school.
They talked about me without really knowing me. They do it on purpose, and to hurt you, to say like, oh no, you're a big girl, you cannot do this. I feel the earth move under my feet.
Now, halfway through high school, Leonella is bouncing back from the bullying.
Everybody hates each other.
Anti-bullying programs like Teen Truth credit adult connections
We call it My Five.
with making teens more resilient.
They need to have 5 adults, not friends, adults, people in their life that they can talk to.
Executive producer J.C. Pohl
A teacher, a coach, a dance instructor.
says most teens can make those connections if they get involved.
But sitting at home and being disconnected, sitting at home and being lonely and not being involved, that's where it gets really dangerous.
That gives her a chance to stop the other person, to be aggressive.
In Dripping Springs, even trying to bully-proof kids
Action.
is as much about the student-teacher relationship
Push her again. Go, Gloria. Go, 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 go.
as it is self-defense techniques.
Time.
Teens need to know,
He's gonna attack him.
and adults got their back.
If you ask kids who have been marginalized and then come back, they'll typically say, if it wasn't for Mrs. Johnson, if it wasn't for Mr. Jones.
This classroom behavior expert says the key is to make the connection personal.
How's your homework? Are you making A's? They don't want to hear that, or they don't want to be asked that. They want to be asked, how are you doing? How do you feel?
Whenever you're around. When I started singing, when I started musical theater, my attitude changed.
Or should we do Once Upon a Time?
And Leonella credits 2 adults at Zach Theater
They helped me 100%.
who are always in her corner.
We've only been her guides. I think it's her. I think she is the one who does it.
Leonella has found her place
This is where I get to have friends.
and her soundtrack.
You're gonna want me
Betty Cross, KITV News.
Talented young woman. The latest numbers show 1 out of every 4 kids is bullied, and just as many admit to doing the bullying.